Oh, I don't think it's good advice that a government shutdown is going to help Republicans in the midterms. I don't agree with that. I also don't think it's good advice that Republicans ignoring the health insurance crisis is going to be good for midterms. I actually think that would be very bad for midterms. And I think that, just not staying focused on America First policies is detrimental as well.
Yeah. And on that note, are you concerned about the cost of living? Are you
very
that the President Trump said he would lower?
The inflation crushed people in the past 4.5 years, and the costs have not come down.
Oh, that's gonna hurt!
When Marjorie Taylor Greene is spearheading the opposition of the GOP over the shutdown, you know things are pretty bad for the current president. Yes, the woman who once called him the greatest president of our lifetime, sober apparently, has decided that lifetime has, well, expired, I guess.
Prices have not come down. That is a reality. People's wages have not gone up. That's another reality. And so Americans are continuing to have a very difficult time getting by. And I'll go a step further. I'm a mom. And so when it comes to what is affecting my adult children's lives, who are 22, 26, and 28, I'm going to be 1,000% fighting for them over any politician and any party. And I can tell you right now, that generation, they are barely making it, and they're very hopeless for their future.
Greene blasted her own party. No, not Democrats. No, not the deep state. No, not the Illuminati or the Jewish Space Laser Brigade, but Republicans. She accused the GOP leadership of ignoring healthcare subsidies and, quote, choosing suffering over solutions. Yes. Those are her words, not mine.
And I'm not going to stand there and just keep talking the talking points when my own adult children can hardly afford health insurance premiums, when everyone in my district, it's the #1 issue that I hear about day in and day out, not just people on the ACA, but people that have private insurance as well. And I think it's something that we have to talk about.
And as a result, her name's been thrown at people like Jim Jordan as they try to bend themselves into a pretzel, blaming the Democrats for yet another shutdown.
No, how's that going to help them? How's that going to help them?
Your fellow Congresswoman, Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene, has a very different opinion than you on this. And she said that she's carving her own lane. She's disgusted that health insurance premiums will double if the tax credits expire this year. And she says not a single Republican leader in leadership has talked to us about this or given us a plan to help Americans with their health insurance premiums doubling. Is that true that no one in Republican leadership is having conversations about what to do about this?
We are focused on getting the government back open right now, and Chuck Schumer is the impediment to doing that. Chuck Schumer is the one who's making this keep people from working, the potential that some of these furloughed people can't get back to work. He's the one doing that. He's the one who's raising this issue. Open up the government. We'll be happy to debate and discuss health care.
But what is that? November 1st is open enrollment. So what does that look like?
This policy doesn't kick in. This change in policy doesn't expire until the end
December
of the calendar
31st.
year. Until the end of the calendar year. We got time to work with it. And we're happy to do that. We're happy to do that. But to me, the answer is not extending and expanding Obamacare, which again, everything we were told about Obamacare turned out not to be true. And the Democrats' position is we're going to extend it and expand it. I don't think that makes sense.
And if anyone needs a reminder, the last shutdown was in 2018 under Donald Trump, and it became the longest shutdown in US history, as well as costing billions. And she's not exactly whispering this in the back rooms either, right? She's doing it on camera for everyone to see, torching her own side over healthcare, the shutdown, and government dysfunction as a whole. She's accusing Republicans of, quote, putting people through hell with no subsidies, no healthcare, just broken promises. I mean, close my eyes and I think that's Bernie Sanders.
Whether we're Democrats or Republicans, people right now are looking at everything through their wallet and their bank account, and they're going, the price of food has not gone down. They're saying rent has not gone down. Houses are still unaffordable. And now health insurance premiums are going to hike, whether you're on the ACA or having private insurance as well. They're literally going to go up for everyone. And, I don't really care about the drama up here. I could care less. I really think we got to fix this issue. I certainly support the president, but I'm not, what'd be the right way to say it? I'm not some sort of blind slave to the president, and I don't think anyone should be. I serve in Congress. We're a separate branch of the government, and I'm not elected by the president. I'm not elected by anyone that works in the White House. I'm elected by my district. That's who I work for. And I got elected without the president's endorsement. And, you know, I think that has served me really well. So I get to be independent, as a Republican. And I think what helps him the most is when he has people that, are willing to be honest with him and not just tell him what they think he wants to hear. And what I would say right now is to the president, and I think he already knows it based on things I've heard him say, is we have a serious situation with health insurance in this country. And I would love to see him come up with a solution. I would love to see, with everybody that works in this town, come up with a solution. And I would love to see Washington, D.C. and the government actually serve the American people for once.
I mean, it feels like, plus it's not the only issue that Marge has crossed party lines over, right? Disgusted with her own party's efforts to shut down the release of the Epstein files, she went after Trump on that also.
Is the Jeffrey Epstein files, wanting to release those. I know Democrats have also been calling for that, a few other Republicans as well. The Democrats are accusing Speaker Johnson of delaying the swearing in of Arizona's Democratic Congresswoman-elect because she would give the last vote needed to release those Epstein files. I'm wondering, you know, the Speaker for his part, he has denied that. He said it's because of the shutdown. Have you spoken to him? Do you think she should be sworn in right away?
Well, I'll say it like this. I can't conclusively say if that's why the House is not in session, but the House should be in session. And the House should be in session for many reasons. We have appropriation bills that need to get passed. There is a new Democrat that's been elected that does deserve to be sworn in. Her district elected her. We have other bills that we need to be passing. And, if it's to avoid the discharge petition, why drag this out? That is going to have 218 signatures. And so I say, go ahead and do it and get it over with.
And here's the thing, Marge is in the majority over this. See what I did there? I'm here all week. That's right. People know where to place blame over this shutdown, where it belongs, with the Republicans who continue to spread this lie about Democrats giving healthcare to undocumented immigrants. I mean, just think about this for a second. So nobody in the country gets free healthcare. We're all in debt because of healthcare, but illegal immigrants, they get free healthcare. That Kool-Aid must be hitting hard.
Hi, Mr. Johnson. So my question or comments are related to what you said yesterday about not being open to pass any legislation to ensure that military gets paid. I'm sure you can tell by my voice I'm very shaky. Just want you to hear a little bit about my family. I have 2 medically fragile children. I have a husband who actively serves this country. He suffers from PTSD from his 2 tours in Afghanistan. If we see a lapse in pay come the 15th, my children do not get to get the medication that's needed for them to live their life, because we live paycheck to paycheck. I heard you earlier say that you side with President Trump on anything that he says. Well, I just read an article this morning that said he absolutely wholeheartedly believes that there needs to be legislation put in so that we do not miss a paycheck. You have the power to do that. And as a Republican, I'm very disappointed in my party, and I'm very disappointed in you, because you do have the power to call the House back. You did that, or you refused to do that just for a show. I am begging you to pass this legislation. My kids could die. We don't have the credit because of the medical bills that I have to pay regularly. You could stop this, and you could be the one that could say military's getting paid. And I think that it is awful, and the audacity of someone who makes 6 figures a year to do this to military families is insane.
All right, Samantha.
Meanwhile, right, the consequences of this shutdown are playing out in real time. Literally, look up above our heads, or you won't see anything, because airports, well, they're collapsing under the weight of the shutdown. At Burbank Airport, the control tower was unmanned for 6 hours. Flights were delayed across the country, with more issues in Nashville.
Breaking news to CNN on a story we've been tracking all afternoon. The air traffic control facility responsible for flights approaching and departing Nashville International Airport are set to close for 5 hours tonight because of short staffing. The Federal Aviation Administration says that flights will still be allowed to continue flying during the closure, but pilots are going to have to contact the Regional Air Traffic Control Center for permission to enter the airspace.
So the reason being given for the staff shortage, that's not immediately clear. Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy, though, did say on Monday an increased number of controllers have been calling out sick since the start of the shutdown. So we'll continue to follow all of those developments for you.
There's the empty control tower there in the center of the shot. And as I widen out the shot, earlier we had lots of trucks moving around, lots of construction that has been taking place here at the airport for the last several months. And right now there is no one to be seen here at this time. Now, as I move the shot over to the left here is where we had a line of planes earlier that were just waiting for permission from SoCal Tracon to take off. And you can see that they're all gone here at this point. So the last Delta plane just took off about a minute ago or so. And since then, we haven't seen anyone else taxiing in an effort to go anywhere. So again, things very quiet here at Burbank Airport. And again, it's not completely unknown for an airport to operate without a tower controller. Where we fly out of Whiteman Airport, there's no control tower person between the hours of 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. But to have it happen here at a commercial airport is out of the ordinary. So again, you can expect delays here at Burbank Airport and throughout other airports throughout the country.
It's just so apparent that Republicans have lost control that the most extreme of right-wingers is done defending them, defending Trump, and instead is blaming him and the rest of the GOP for breaking the government and dismantling public trust. Americans are now living in a country where prices are going up, job numbers are tanking, inflation rising, people can't fly, can't get paid, can't access healthcare, and just can't trust the people in charge. And I guess the last straw is that they're forcing us to agree with a woman that believed that Ruth Bader Ginsburg had a body double. I mean, it's the end of the world, I guess.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.